So, if someone says to you Assalamu alaikum, if you say to someone Assalamu alaikum and they say Wa alaikum, is it correct?
One should say Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. That is the right way of, or even Wa barakatuhu. What Islam promotes is that if somebody presents you with something, you always try to go one better. Even in this verbal greetings, the Islamic way of response is better than the way one greets. So if somebody says Assalamu alaikum, you should say Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. That's more cordial. And if somebody says Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, you can say Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu. Now if you ask me, if somebody says to you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, what should you do then?
Say.
Think of something else to add, or at least hug him then. Right, please.
Thank you.
Yes, Nasir Qureshi Sahab.
Huzur, I would like to know, because I noticed when I had opportunity to say the prayer, Maghrib prayer with Hazrat Khalifatul Masani, Surah Fil, and I have noticed also today that you have recited. Is there any significance of this time? Because I heard this repeatedly.
Hazrat Khalifatul Masani used to recite these because right from the start of his Khilafat, he faced turmoil and tumultuous days, against him. There was such a fury from all sides, from within as well as from outside. Then Ihrar movement and all these things and so many fitnas. So this was by way of, a good wish to Allah, that as you treated the enemies of truth once before, so treat them likewise now. So that was a way of praying.
Is it to be repeated, shall we say regularly, this Surah Fil now?
He used to say it regularly. But I don't do it regularly, once a week or once 5-6 days. Yes. Or Rashid Sahab.
Hazur, this is a question somebody asked me to request the answer for this. The person is sick.
Pardon?
And the person who asked me this question, he is sick. And he asked me to ask on my behalf. Maulvi Khalil Rahman I'm talking. He wrote in Urdu, क्या कहीं किसी हदीस नबवी में आया है कि खिलाफत 30 साल तक जारी रहेगी और फिर खिलाफत नबूवत के तरीक पर होगी?
खिलाफत फिर
नबूवत के तरीक पर होगी.
हाँ, ये तो आया है, सुम्मा तकूनु खिलाफतुन अला मिनहाजिन नबुव्वा, ये हदीस के अल्फाज हैं. The point is that when Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam predicted that the Messiah would come, after his appearance, what would happen? That was the question. So Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam predicted that summa takunu khilafatun ala minhajin nabuwa. After the Messiah, there would be khilafat on the style of nabuwat. That is, the type of khilafat that was left behind nabuwa, that would restart again from his time. Yes, I received please come on, your letter as well as the essay that has been written by
Paul.
A friend of yours. What is his name?
Paul Terry.
Yes. Which was the one? I couldn't place him.
He was the one who did the most talking on that day.
Correct. Who came again as well?
Yes.
Who visited?
No, he didn't come the second time.
He didn't come the second time.
No, he was the one who came with the West Indian girl later on.
Correct. Understand.
He's a member of the Unification
But
Church.
he's written a good essay.
Yes.
Very good article. Although it has to be revised at places, and in one place he has misquoted us. In the beginning, I'll tell you where he has made a mistake. Otherwise, it's a good essay. In a way, he has started preaching for us.
Yeah.
Yes. He belongs to Unitarian Church?
Unification Church.
Unification Church, correct.
Yes. Well,
What's the question now?
All right. There's two, what can I say, commentaries which in my mind seem to clash, which I'd ask you to reconcile. I think last time you came, about 2 years ago, you related some incident that I think some Sufi who came to Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Sani. I think the
question about somebody traveling in a boat.
That's right.
Is that the one?
Yes. I'd like to repeat it.
Correct.
I like it. I think these people have some theory that at some you can go to some spiritual level, and after that there's no need to do anything more by way of prayers or anything because you've reached that high status. And he said to Hazrat Sahib that, I give you the example that if somebody's traveling, rowing in an ocean, and he comes to dry land, would you not think that he's a fool if he keeps on rowing without coming off? And Hazrat Sahib said, yes, I'd think him a fool, but I'd think him an even bigger fool if he sets forth. He
thought the shore has come.
Yes.
While it was a limitless ocean.
Yes, and then he
without
gets
bounds,
off and drowns. This shows there's sort of limitless progress. But on the other hand, I listened to another one of your tapes, and you gave a commentary on the vision that Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, had when he reached the lotus tree. The
lotus tree, correct.
The lotus tree. And you commented that it meant that the Holy Prophet...
I've got your problem now. I'll explain. Yes, you can sit down. There are two different things. Limitations imposed on man and the unlimited journey into Allah, they are quite two different things, and they do not stand in clash with each other. What is a human being? If you define a human being, if he remains within the four walls of that definition, as long as he does so, he remains a human being. The moment he crosses that steps over, then in whichever direction he steps, he begins to share the quality of that direction. So that is what I meant there. That Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the most perfect human being. That was the message. The humanity could not go beyond him. And in his person, that perfection was met. So if he stepped over, the Godhood would begin from there. That was the message of the lotus tree in that Miraj. That does not mean that human beings cannot have an unlimited progress traveling towards Allah, because in the Holy Quran Allah says, Firru ilallahi, you run towards Allah. And because Allah is unlimited, so that running towards Allah would remain unlimited. You can forever run towards Allah but cannot reach this spot that now I have got the whole of Allah. That is the meaning of that. Now that running towards Allah would be confined to your own limitations, of course. Your potentials are limited, and within those potentials you can run. But as long as you are given time to run, you will continue to run. So they are not in clash with each other. You understand now? Yes.
I'll ask a second question.
Another question? Yes. Yes, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Rashid has, No, please.
Until yesterday.
And you have influenced quite a few people now.
Made arrangements, one day he will ask, the other day he will ask.
Have they come to an agreement? Very good. I see. Please.
Until yesterday, my understanding